Brodes Media.
Strider, Strider, Strider. This team cracked 24 hours ago. I'm not shocked at all at the result. Of course they were going to win. I told you to book it, seal it, deliver it. This was an automatic before first pitch. I'm not afraid of Spencer Strider coming to this ballpark when he doesn't win in this ballpark, when it is October. They constantly get to him, and I know they weren't scoring runs early, but there was so much value for my morale knowing that 2 base runners were getting on with 1 out. You keep applying that pressure and eventually you will score. So you were getting his pitch count high. I think it's hilarious that he challenges Nick Castellanos with that fastball for Nick's 2nd home run of the day. Which, hold on a second, let me get this straight. He did that 2 times in back-to-back games, hitting 2 home runs in the night. Hold on a second.
Nick Castellanos has the biggest ball sack ever.
Oh, man! Oh, Spencer Strider's day wasn't good enough. I'm sorry. It was fine, but 5 2/3, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, and 3 walk batters. But one was an intentional walk. Okay, remove the intentional walk. And are you kidding me? You don't trust Spencer Strider to go up against Bryce Harper? I thought this guy was all money. I thought this guy was so damn electric. Let me see you lead on a lead again. Oh, wait, hold on a second. They already happened this series, and it resulted in a fucking piss missile to the stands. I love this team to death. Nick is on fire. The dude's arrogance is so cocky, but when you thrive, it's insane. Trey Turner, 4 hits. He hits a home run too. And I hate to admit this because I'm actually a little scared, but when Nick tied the game up 1-1, that's another big red flag on Spencer Strider today. As soon as the Braves thought they had something, he automatically gave it up. I'm sorry, that's not good enough. If I read him his stat line before the game started, and I said, this is what you will finish with when your season's on the line, your team desperately needs you. You give up 3 solo shots, and you don't get a full 6 and 7 hits and a few walk batters, and the intentional walk isn't the difference or not, and what that stat line reads, it just cracks me up. It cracks me up that they were afraid of him. Of course they were afraid of him, because it's one of the best specimens to walk planet Earth. Did you see the way that he was celebrating in the locker room? Did you see him and Kyle Schwarber hugging each other and Schwarber's gritting his teeth saying something in his ear? And oh my God, the t-shirt in the dugout, or excuse me, in the locker room, and they were celebrating and throwing beer everywhere and jumping up and down and singing as a team and advancing to the NLCS. No, it wasn't in the dugout. It was in the locker room when the playlist was going and Garrett Stubbs had a bunch of beer in his pockets and was wearing overalls. Not the dugout. It was when they were celebrating that they're going to go face the Arizona Diamondbacks for a chance to go to the World Series. And now you look at Citizens Bank Park as you have home field advantage, and here it actually is. This is something different. And you could tell that everybody in that dugout for the Braves, their dugout, because they didn't celebrate afterwards, so I can't speak about them celebrating afterwards because they didn't win, and they didn't even deserve to win Game 2. Quite frankly, I'm pissed that it took us 4. We should have finished the job way earlier, and this would have been sweeter. Maybe I didn't have to sweat it out the same way with Rob making wild decisions, but I don't really disagree with his logic of going to Craig and going to Jose Alvarado because that pocket dictated it. That was the biggest high leverage spot. It might not always be the 9th, but whenever that does happen, I need our veteran savvy back end dudes, and that's what he did. At that point, yeah, you can make the argument for and against basically anybody else. I find it funny because on Twitter, why not Hoffman? Righties, or why not Hoffman? Hold on, weren't you the same person that absolutely criticized Rob not too long ago for going to Hoffman. Now he's the obvious. Now he's the no-brainer decision when he goes with Soto or goes with Strom. It was bizarre. Can you do it? That's the question. Can you do it? And when they won game 1 with Ranger Suarez, similar deal. I don't know a manager that pops off like this with such savvy decision-making in playoff games. They work at a 98% clip. This is rare as hell. It's a buy-in factor from the team that everyone knows that Rob does it this way. They're prepared. They're focused. Nick is a dog, dude, by the way. I know I'm talking about the bullpen, but just picturing them all locked in going to the ballpark, I then thought of Nick Castellanos and his tear right now. Make it make sense to me. But the point I was going to make about being scared, when Nick tied the game up 1-1, so we did all that, by the way, by me wanting to make this point originally. Then I mentioned how Strider had a 1-0 lead. It goes 1-1, and it took me that much time to go full circle. I don't even know how much time that, now I'm even dragging it out even more, but it just kind of fascinates me that this is how my brain works. I'm just thrilled and pumped and stoked that we are going to the NLCS, and I haven't even talked about the opponent yet. You don't have to face the Dodgers. You see Arizona. We've had some games against them in the last couple of years and all, and whatever. We'll get to that point. I like the position the Phillies are in, but I was scared because I celebrated so loud, so intense. I don't know if my equilibrium was off, if that's even the right word in how you pronounce it, but when I stood up and started screaming F-bombs about 3 inches from my TV and swinging haymakers, double fist, you motherfucker! Like, I was going ballistic. I blacked out and almost stumbled and fainted, and I actually couldn't control myself, and I was banging into the wall. I must have got up so quick. I had so much coffee. I drank a quick, fat 16-ouncer, but I pumped it pretty quickly down, so it had more of a rush than the ones you sit on in the morning. I don't know what happened. I texted my wife like, yo, you got to come down to make sure I don't pass out or something. I had to sit on the couch for about 45 seconds with my eyes closed just to recalibrate. Like, that's how insane I was going for that Nick Castellanos homer. It actually scared me for the rest of the game. But I'm all right now. We're good. This Braves team, they were not focused. Arcia and Acuna are making gestures to the fans behind the dugout. You can't be doing that. This is a Major League Baseball game. With your season on the line, you're now chirping the guy in Section 103 that just spent $500, $600 a ticket to watch you play. Acuna's doing the zip it, okay? And that didn't last very long because the Phillies tied it up instantly. That's what this team does. When you punch them in the face, they know how to respond. And when the Braves lost Game 3, and not just lost Game 3, they were destroyed. Their organs were ripped apart, and their body were just into a billion pieces. We didn't just win. It wasn't just a baseball win. It was the way the win happened, and it was the obliteration, and it was the, oh, damn, hold on a second. We have to save our season there tomorrow? Yeah, we're toast.